welcome back to The Good, the Bad, and the Tarot. It's time for your October love forecasts. Before we get started, I just have a few things I want to mention. 4 things. The first is if you would like to schedule a private reading with me, simply email me at thegoodthebadandthetarot@gmail.com and I will get back to you as soon as possible. That email address is where you would schedule and confirm appointments with me. My readings are 30 minutes and the cost is $50. I will answer questions on love, career, general, pretty much anything during that time. And there are 2 formats for my readings. The first is just a live Skype reading, and the other one would be a private YouTube video reading that only you can see. The next thing on the agenda here is that about haters. And haters, your comments will be deleted by me immediately. You will also be blocked forever from commenting and messaging on my channel, and this is because your voice in the past has you've either left a nasty comment or it was mean or disrespectful. Negative, derogatory comments will be deleted by me right away. So basically I just have a zero tolerance policy for haters, and that is to protect the tarot community and the people that are genuinely here to offer positive messages, to comment positively, who want to ask questions, or that's fine by me. I want to promote conversation. But everyone else that's being a hater, your comments will be blocked forever from my channel if I notice that you are leaving nasty comments. The third thing is that there will be a raffle on October 1st. In the information section below the video description, you'll see some information on that and how to enter the raffle, which is on October 1st. And we just had an eclipse in Aries, a full moon lunar eclipse. If you would like some more information on how to survive a lunar eclipse, please see the link on my channel homepage. I did post a link there for Susan Miller's Astrology Zone, and it's a guide to how to survive a lunar eclipse and the days and months following that. Lunar eclipse will affect each of us differently, and so I really advise all of you to check that out. It's just wonderful advice, and I can't speak highly enough of Susan Miller's her website, Astrology Zone, where she has detailed astrological forecasts for all the signs. So I think that's all I wanted to mention. Gemini, it is now time for your love forecast reading. So Spirit, if you're with me, please show me the love messages for Gemini, Gemini suns, Gemini moons, and Gemini risings. Spirit, please show me the messages for Gemini, Gemini sun, Gemini moon, and Gemini rising. Spirit, please show me the messages for Gemini, Gemini sun, Gemini moon, Gemini rising. Spirit, please show me the messages. Gemini sun, Gemini moon, Gemini rising. Okay, I'm being told to go ahead and cut the cards. Spirit, please show me the messages for Gemini, Gemini sun, Gemini moon, and Gemini rising. Okay, so I will be adding runes to my love forecast reading as I did last time. So let's see what runes are going to come out today. Okay. So I have one rune on the near future card, and also another one near the near future card, and sort of in between here, and then this one is upside down. So the runes that are upside down are the unknowns, so we don't read those because we're not meant to know, sort of not meant to know that message yet, or it will be revealed to us when the time is right. Excellent. So let's, oh, I will be reading your oracle card today as well. So I'll pull that at the end of the reading. Okay. The present situation is the Star reversed, and that is crossed by the Nine of Wands upright. What comes below you is the Six of Pentacles. What comes above you is the Two of Swords. In your recent past, you have the World, and in your near future, you have the Three of Pentacles. With, let's see what rune this is. You have two runes here. Manu is female, and also Pertho, future. How you see yourself is the Five of Cups. How your partner sees you is the Four of Cups reversed. Your hopes and fears are the Moon reversed. And the outcome card is the Emperor. So let's start with your present situation, Gemini. I do have this Star reversed. So this can talk about feeling hopeless, or that you don't see, it's hard for you to see a future with the person that you're interested in. You feel hopeless or depressed about the current situation, and really it's just a matter of perspective, because our stars are always shining for us. But for whatever reason, it's hard for you to see your star right now. It might just not be shining as brightly this month. So either way, the star is a good card, but in reverse, it can talk to feelings of hopelessness, or just not being able to envision that beautiful future with that significant person in your life. And we'll sort of I can sort of see where that's coming from as I go through the cards. Now, your crossing card is the Nine of Wands. So I do see that you've been through a lot, Gemini. This is the card of someone who's been through a battle. So he has a little bandage on his head, and he's carrying one wand. That wand is still burning. He still has one wand, which means he still has, there's still that one glimmer of hope, and he's still looking out into the distance. He still sees that there could be hope there, even though it seems like he's ready to give up. This is the card of someone that's still pushing through, they're hanging in there, even though it's by a thread. So now I do have a rune that falls slightly upside down between your present situation and your near future, and that is the card, or that is the rune of Manos, female. So I see that a female is undergoing some of this has sort of been knocked down, or feels knocked down, or feels like she isn't able to access her female principle. Whatever it is, there's a feeling of something to do with a female in your life, or you, Gemini, having some issues with your femaleness. So the card that comes below you is the Six of Pentacles. So here I see someone that potentially has children, who is actually very generous and fair, and is very giving. This is the card of someone that is really participating in an equal give and take. They're very, very giving in relationships. They give equally to everyone, and they don't want anyone to feel left out. So this is a very good card for your root position. It just shows like that there's an equal balance and give and take from you, Gemini, from you going to the other people. You're a very generous, giving person. What comes above you is the Two of Swords. So this is what you're trying to manifest. The Two of Swords can talk about weighing two possibilities equally in your mind. So it's kind of like you've come to this point where it's almost a stalemate. You haven't one, they both weigh equally in your mind, and with the moon above you, this can talk about being intuitive and listening to your intuition. Now the lady, she does have a blindfold on, so she's really using her intuition and her gut feeling to balance these two ideas or these two options. But she hasn't made a choice yet. She's simply standing still and feeling out, you know, which direction she should go. So in that sense, you haven't, you've decided to put yourself in this position where you are in some ways protecting yourself from making a wrong decision by not making the decision right now, but just simply listening to your intuition and weighing sort of the both sides of the situation. In your recent past, you do have the World. So I do see that something has ended. A cycle has completed itself, and there was an ending, and it was a good ending. It was something that needed to happen, that needed to end. This does speak to completion and balancement, fulfillment, feeling whole. That ended, and you realize that it ended for a good reason, and you can sort of move on now. So that does speak to some beautiful chapter in your life coming to a close. In your near future, you do have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So this can talk about not wanting to work together as a team, or not wanting to build something with someone, or not being able to build something with someone. There's something wrong with the foundation of this relationship. Someone, it can also be that there's three people involved because it's a three. But you do have Pertho future, and Pertho can also talk about gambling or making risky, being risky or gambling with your future. And in the near future, I do have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So this can talk about really, you know, not working as a team, or not building a foundation or a relationship with someone. And that can be because it is simply too much of a risk, or it's too much of a gamble at this time. Or it can talk about how a relationship is really at a point where you guys are really risking the relationship because of some obstacle, for some reason. You guys aren't talking, you aren't working together. There is not a, in the material world, there isn't that teamwork necessary to build this relationship. How you see yourself is the Five of Cups reversed. So I do see, Gemini, that you no longer want to wallow in sadness. You're ready to move on. This relationship with this person, or this person, has made you sad, has made you feel that you did lose something, but you no longer want to stay in that place where you're ready to move on, is what I'm saying. You're ready to move on. That thing in the past has run its course, and now you're ready to move on. How they see you is the Four of Cups reversed. So they see you coming out of a period of being indifferent and starting to care, but it's still, there is still, you know how there's a little bit of defensiveness there. There's just some withdrawal and some ambivalence. So while you may be coming out of they may see you as coming out of a period of being indifferent, they still see you as withdrawn from the relationship, or maybe starting to care a little bit, but the beginnings of that, starting to care. Your hopes and fears are the Moon reversed. So I certainly see this as definitely not a hope, but a fear of being in denial and not seeing things clearly, because the moon upright already talks about sort of confusion, mental confusion, not seeing things by the light of day, sort of seeing things in the dreamy moonlight, and kind of having this dreamy, romantic, rose-colored, rose-tinted glasses view of the world, but not seeing things realistically. And when it's reversed, the moon reverse talks about fearing that you are really not seeing things clearly and really living in denial. So throw that away. That's just a fear. You know, hopefully, you know, you're manifesting a good decision here with the Two of Swords. You haven't made a decision yet. In fact, you are simply weighing where things are and, you know, deciding where to go next. Your outcome card is the Emperor. So this can be both a person or an energy. As a person, this is someone who could be an Aquarius. They could be a Leo. They could be someone that has the characteristics of someone who's fairly bossy, who has sort of makes up the rules. As an energy, it's someone who puts boundaries up around themselves and makes rules so that their boundaries and their feelings and their emotions do not get in the way. Because this is someone who really rules with an iron fist. They are, you know, very sure of themselves, and they definitely make the rules so that they are the winner. They are the ones that are protected. And so I really see the Emperor card as you putting up some boundaries, you making some rules, what you'll allow, what you won't allow. Sort of the energy of, you know, I'm not going to allow this to happen to me anymore. And so I'm going to put up some boundaries and some rules so that, you know, I can protect myself and I can really live in my truth and not have someone take advantage of my generosity. So that is your outcome card, Gemini. Let me go ahead and pull your oracle card. I should also mention the Emperor isn't someone who shows their emotions. They keep their emotions to themselves. They can also speak to someone who is thinks they're the boss of you, who basically, you know, thinks that you're theirs, like I wouldn't say property, but someone who thinks that they're your boss and they can basically treat you however they want. So in that situation, you know, I'm not so sure that's a wonderful outcome. But if it's you putting up boundaries and making some new rules for yourself, I can see that benefiting you in the long run. Spirit, please show me the overall spiritual message for Gemini for their love forecast for October. Please show me the love message for Gemini for their overall spiritual message for October. Okay, so the card that I pull for you is called Soul Cage. Rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. And it's reversed. So I'm going to read the meaning of this card to you, Gemini. Card 24. if this card is reversed, the message can be quite subtle. It does not necessarily mean that you are free from the soul cage, but that perhaps you deny that there are any cages at all around or about you. So it is time for you to consider which of your values come from your heart and soul, and which have been given to you and adopted and no longer fit. Let me repeat that. So it is time for you to consider which of your values come from your heart and soul, and which have been given to you and adopted and no longer fit. Which dream have you not lived? Which part of yourself is not free? This card reversed may also indicate that you see freeing yourself as unrealistic and alternatively radical. The freedom from the soul cage does not mean to immediately run from your current life, but it does mean to, little by little, exchange chains for wings, shackles for freedom, and to consider the role you have cast yourself in, dutiful partner. And the truths you tell yourself. You must only have one life partner. Changing your mind is bad. Everyone needs you to stay the same forever. They are not as true as your soul cage would have you believe. Begin to rattle the bars, shake the cage, and begin the journey to your own life now. Powerful message, Gemini. I really see this resonating with your reading. I'm seeing it in a lot of places. I'm seeing it in your root situation and where you're going. And also in the outcome card here. You've definitely not been happy. You haven't been totally satisfied. It's just now things aren't working for you. So you've got to kind of figure out what that is that you need to change about your situation, so that you don't feel like you're trapped, so that you don't feel like you don't have options, or that you always have to take care of this person, or that you feel restricted and that you can't fly, you can't be free, you can't live the life that you envision for yourself. You know, I can definitely see it here too with your fear of living in sort of denial about that aspect of yourself. So it's definitely some food for thought. Definitely leave me some comments, Gemini. Let me know how you're doing, what's going on. And if you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, please email me at thegoodthebadandthetarot@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful October.